Welcome back to the show, everyone. It's Dina Calmetta here. And for today's news, I just have a quick report I wanted to bring to you. And in fact, we're going to go straight to the headlines. As I'm sure you're aware, Pope Francis has passed away today, April 21st. Apparently, his alarm went off at 6 a.m. and at 7:30 he had passed. So right now, they need to choose a new pope as his successor. And there are 15 in the lineup that could be pope. And they're spread out everywhere. There's some in Europe, Italy, Africa, Asia, but after the funeral, they'll make a decision. So definitely a big development there. The Times of Israel is reporting that a second round of negotiations between Iran and the U.S. over Iran's advancing nuclear program ended on Saturday after several hours of talks. They have agreed to meet again next week to further their talks. They did say it was a good meeting and negotiations are moving forward. This time, they managed to reach a better understanding on a series of principles and goals. Breitbart News is reporting that the United States Supreme Court temporarily paused the Trump administration's planned deportations of Venezuelan migrants who are suspected of being in the TDA gang. Per NBC News, while the court did not grant or deny an application filed by lawyers for detained Venezuelan migrants, it effectively hit pause on the case. In the meantime, Justice Samuel Alito wrote a fury dissent in regards to these particular deportations. He apparently disapproved of the timing of the decision, which he described as being literally in the middle of the night. He said the court issued unprecedented and legally questionable relief without giving the lower courts a chance to rule, without hearing from the opposing party within 8 hours of receiving the application, with dubious factual support for its order, and without providing any explanation for its order. The justice, who has served on the court since 2006, was joined by Justice Clarence Thomas in his dissent. Alito also stated that I refused to join the court's order because we had no good reason to think that, under the circumstances, issuing an order at midnight was necessary or appropriate. Both the executive and judiciary have an obligation to follow the law. The executive must proceed under the terms of our order in Trump versus JGG 604 U.S. 2025, and this court should follow established procedures. Later on Saturday, counsel representing the Trump administration filed in opposition to the order. The lawyer said that the federal government gave advance notice to detainees before their deportations, allowing enough time to file. Meanwhile, in related news, apparently a U.S. citizen in Arizona was detained by immigration officials for 10 days. 19-year-old Jose Hermosillo, who was visiting Arizona from Albuquerque, New Mexico, says he was lost and walking around near the Border Patrol headquarters when an agent arrested him for illegally entering the country. Apparently, he did not have any identification on him. It goes on further to report that another family member drove to the detention center, but said officials wouldn't provide any information or release him. ICE did not respond to a request for comment about the wrongful detention. The family later provided officials with his birth certificate and social security card. He did tell the ICE agents that he was a U.S. citizen, but apparently they did not believe him. So definitely not a very good situation for Jose or his family. In other news, do you guys remember the 5.2 San Diego earthquake I reported last week? Well, apparently it's linked to the Elsinore Fault, which renews concerns over a major seismic risk in Southern California. This apparent fault in Southern California is capable of producing earthquakes up to a magnitude of a 7.8. The fault runs near densely populated areas including Los Angeles, Long Beach, and Riverside, and its long period of limited activity may indicate an increased potential for a significant seismic event. Fox News is reporting that a fire whirl, otherwise known as Fire NATO, was caught on camera in Iowa after severe weather blew through on Thursday night. The aerial video showed the fire whirl spinning up from a line of fire that was scorching through a field outside Silex near the Iowa-Nebraska border. Fire whirls are spinning columns of hot air and gases that rise up from a fire, according to the National Wildfire Coordinating Group. When the gases and hot air rise, they also carry up debris, smoke, and sometimes fire, creating a vortex. Breitbart News is reporting that Texas has experienced a series of earthquakes on Friday, but luckily the state known for doing everything big doesn't match the intensity of the tremors that California has experienced. On Friday, the most recent Texas trembler, centered in the state's western region 19 miles from Mentone, clocked in at a 3.3 magnitude at 9:01 a.m. A 2.3 hit the same area about 2 hours later. The USGS also captured an estimated 10 minor tremors in the area just on Friday, ranging from a 1.7 to a 2.4, and apparently there were no injuries or damages that were reported. While West Texas has several fault lines, the earthquakes were likely caused by induced seismic activity, which is earthquakes triggered by human activities, according to geologists. So very interesting, earthquakes in diverse places. In the meantime, it's being reported that apparently China is pitting robots against humans as it pertains to marathons. Man versus machine as China shows off humanoid robots in half marathon. So here we go with the robots, you guys. Fox News is reporting that recent earthquakes have threatened mysterious fish hundreds of miles away in the heart of Death Valley. After 2 significant earthquakes, the population of the critically endangered Devil's Hole pupfish has dropped to alarmingly low levels. The tiny indescendant fish are found only in Devil's Hole, a deep water-filled geological formation in the heart of Death Valley National Park. During episodes of intense seismic activity, groundwater in the cavern can violently slosh back and forth, disrupting the fragile ecosystem the fish depend on. According to the National Park Service, a recent survey conducted after 2 significant earthquakes along the U.S. West Coast revealed only 38 Devil's Hole pupfish were alive. The survey results showed a sharp decline from the 191 fish recorded during a previous count just 1 year earlier. So very interesting, you guys. Again, this is the prophecy Hosea chapter 4 verses 1 through 3, where God will take the fishes of the sea, the beasts of the field, and the fowls of the air away due to man's sin. The Zero Hedge is reporting Cyborg 1.0, world's first RoboCop, debuts with facial recognition and 360-degree camera vision. Apparently, Thailand has debuted the world's first RoboCop that is designed to detect and prevent crime with advanced AI. The RoboCop was unveiled during the Songkran Festival on Wednesday last week. The RoboCop is also able to detect weapons such as knives and wooden batons, and in neighboring China, humanoid robots have started supporting police patrols. Very interesting. Last year, Logan Technology, a Chinese robotics company, unveiled the RTG autonomous spherical robot, described as a technological breakthrough, with an army of these spherical RoboCops spotted rolling through cities across China. The RoboCop's debut underscores the growing importance of robot technology. During Tesla's Q1 2025 all-hands meeting, CEO Elon Musk revealed that the company is preparing to begin the production of its own humanoid, Optimus, this year. In fact, he stated that he hopes to have at least 5,000 of these robots. We're technically aiming for enough parts to make 10, maybe 12,000 robots. So apparently he wants to create a whole legion of them. By the end of next year, he's looking for 50,000-ish of these robots. I don't know about that, you guys. What do you think about these RoboCops? Let me know in the comments. MASH is reporting that an AI-powered robot dog is learning to live like a human. Luna is Swedish's AI company, Intuicell's version of the robot dog. But while it may look like its predecessors, Luna has something they don't. A functioning digital nervous system dubbed physical agenetic AI. While most models rely on pre-existing data in order to build knowledge, a physical genetic AI allows robots to learn by experiencing and adapting to the environments that they're in, the same way humans and other sentient beings learn. These kinds of robots, Intuicell says, could be sent to explore environments on distant planets in space. While Luna is learning to perform basic tasks, thanks to a certified dog trainer, Intuicell says that its next step would be to apply physical agenetic AI to human-like robots. This is not a good situation, you guys. The Financial Times is reporting that the U.S. is stating that a Chinese firm is helping Houthis target American warships. A Chinese satellite company linked to the country's military is supplying Iran-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen with imagery to target U.S. warships and international vessels in the Red Sea. The Trump administration has repeatedly warned Beijing that the satellite technology company has ties to the People's Liberation Army and that it is providing the Houthis with intelligence, according to U.S. officials. The U.S. has raised their concerns privately numerous times to the Chinese government and is ordering Beijing to take action. The official added that China has ignored the concerns, and he also told the Financial Times that the CGSTL's actions and Beijing's tacit support, despite Washington's warnings, was yet another example of China's empty claims to support peace. The Watchers is reporting that large swells have battered Victoria and New South Wales over Easter weekend, leaving 5 dead and 2 missing. It goes on to report that a powerful post-tropical low-pressure system in the Tasman Sea generated large and hazardous surf along the east coast of Australia over the weekend, leaving at least 5 people dead and 2 missing in South Wales and Victoria. Very sad situation. In Italy and France, at least 4 people died due to the countries being battered with heavy rains, floods, and snow since Wednesday of last week. Many areas in lowland Italy have received 12 to 20 inches of rainfall, triggering landslides and causing rivers to swell, while heavy snow in the Alps has caused avalanches in France. Here at home, at least 15 tornadoes ripped through Texas and parts of Oklahoma on Saturday, April 19th, as thunderstorms moved through the southern plains, downing trees and power lines, causing power outages and damaging multiple homes. At the time, there was an enhanced risk of severe thunderstorms over parts of the middle and lower Mississippi Valley on Sunday. These tornadoes, this is crazy, you guys, but I guess it's tornado season right now. So thoughts and prayers out to all of those that have to experience this horrendous weather. So certainly a lot happening in just the last few days. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so please do leave your comments below this video. When you have some time, come and visit us on our social media sites, and I'll leave a list for you guys below this video in the description. And that's it for today. Tomorrow there will not be a good news. We're going to do this every other week instead of every week. So be on the lookout for that next week. And I will see you all on Wednesday. Thank you everybody for watching. God bless and stay safe.